Welcome to the 35th chapter of the book of Genesis. Jacob builds an altar at Bethel. Verse 1, it begins, Ipe they o Theos, pros Yaakov, and God said to Jacob, Anastas, anavithi is ton topon Vithel, rising up, ascend unto the place Bethel. And he had heard of this place from earlier from his grandfather Abraham, who had camped there. And you can go back to chapter 12, verse 8, and Abraham set up an altar there. And then later Abraham went back to that area when Lot and himself separated, and Abraham went to the area of Bethel. So God continues, Ke iki aki, and live there. Ke pison aki thesiasterion to theo, and make there an altar to God. To ofthenti si, and to apodidraskin apo prosapu Esau, to the one appearing to you in the running away from the face of Esau to Adelphu Su, your brother. And this is when he went to Haran, and he was on the road, and he saw the ladder, the angels going up and down, and God spoke to him. And that's in chapter 28. In verse 2, Ipe the Yaakov, to iko av tu, and Jacob said to his house, Ke pase tis met av tu, and to all the ones with him, Arete tus theus tus alotrius ek mesu imon. Take away the alien gods from your midst. Where were these alien gods come from? Well, we know that Rachel in chapter 31-34 took her father's idols with her when they fled from Laban, or not her father, her brothers, Laban's idols. So she had these idols, and maybe other people that left from here, and they were idolaters. So he was saying, says to take away the alien gods from your midst, and cleanse and change your robes. Ke katharistite, ke alaxate ta stola simon. The cathartic is an English derivative for this, 2511. And alaxate, we have parallax as a derivative, a change to change direction, or a paroxysm, a sudden outburst of emotion, for 236. And a stole is something women wore mainly back over in the 30s, if you're old enough. It was a sort of a shawl, a stole. Change your robes. 35K. Anastantes, and rising up, anavomen is Vithios. And they were in Shechem. Let's go to the map, and you'll see it right up here. And they were over here in Shechem. So now they're going to go down to Bethel, which is between Jerusalem earlier, and Ai, which is right above. KP somen aki thesiasterion to theo, and let us make there an altar to God. To epakusante mu, in to the one heeding me in imera thalipsios, the day of affliction. That's when he left. Os in met emu, who was with me, ke dies sose me, inti otho e eporev thin, and preserve me in the otho, the odometer, the derivative, in the way which I went, going back up to Haran, when he was fleeing Esau. Verse 4, Ke edelken to Yaakov tus theus tus alotrius, and they gave to Jacob the alien gods. Isen in tes hersin afton, which were in their hands. Ke ta enotia ta in tis osin afton, and the earrings in their ears. So these were attached somehow to these idols, and wearing these earrings. Probably similar to people wearing crosses and things like that associated with Christianity, and crescents with the Muslims. Ke katekripsen avta Yaakov ipo tin terebinthon. And Jacob hid them under the terebinthon, the turpentine tree. Tin in Sichemis, the one in Shechem. So they were still up there in Shechem. This is before they actually left. Ke apolisen avta eos tis simbaron imeres. And he destroyed them unto today's day. In verse 5, Ke exiren Israel ek Sichemon. And Israel, now is named Israel instead of Jacob. Up here was Jacob, now Israel. Lifted away from Shechem. Ke ageneto phobos theou epi tas polis tas kiklo avton. And there was a fear, a phobos, phobia, fear, is a derivative of God, upon the cities, the polis, a metropolis, around about them, kiklo, cycle. Ke u kata dioksan opiso ton ion Israel. And they did not pursue after the sons of Israel, the opposite of what Jacob thought. There was a fear of God upon these peoples that were round about, just as there would be when Moses and the people came back into the land hundreds of years later. Verse 6, Ilthe the Yaakov is Luzah, and Jacob came unto Luz, which is Bethel, e estin in Gi Canaan, e esti Vaithil, which is Bethel. Avtos kepas oleos os in met avtu, he and all the people who were with him. Verse 7, Ke oko thomison aki thesiasterion, and he built there an altar. Ke akalase to onomatu topu Vaithil. He called the name of the place Bethel. Akigar ephani avto otheos into apodedraskin avton apoprosopu isav to adelphu avtu. For there God appeared, an epiphany, the epiphany, ephano is a derivative, appeared in his running away from the face of Esau, his brother. And verse 8, apethane they, the Vora, e trophos Rebekahs. And Deborah, the nurse of Rebekah, died. This is the only place it mentions her. We had nothing before. Ke etafi katoteron Vaithil. And they entombed her below Bethel. Ipo tin valanon, under the acorn tree. Ke akalasan Yaakov to onoma avtis valanos penthus. And Jacob called the name of it acorn tree of mourning. Verse 9, Othi they, Otheos to Yaakov, eti en Luzah. And God appeared to Jacob still in Luz. So now God is appearing again to Jacob. And so many times these appearances of God in these Genesis. Ote parageneto ek Mesopotamias te Syrias, when he came from out of Mesopotamia of Syria. Ke evlogisen avton otheos, and God blessed him. The elogy is the derivative for 21:27. In verse 10, Ke ipen avto otheos, and God said to him, To onomasu u klithisate eti Yaakov. Your name shall not be called any longer Jacob. Al Israel este to onomasu, but Israel will be your name. This might be a reference going back to earlier when God changed his name in 32:28 of Genesis, when he wrestled with God, and afterwards he changed his name, because it says here, and goes back to coming out of Syria. That was when he came out fleeing right before here in this period of time. Ke akalasa to onoma avtu Israel.